Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's feeling good and great and all that other shit. Anyway, y'all know how I do it. I just jump right in to it. When I saw this story, I was just like, oh my God. Like, it was horrifying, um, disappointing, and just like, oh my God. It was just like disheartening on so many levels. Okay, so these three guys, these three young boys, I think they 15, 13, whatever the fuck, they some young kids, right? And it was a young girl who was 12 years old who they lured somewhere and was sexually assaulted. They said it was one guy who was sexually assaulted, and I guess the other one stood there from what I gathered, and the other one put rocks in her mouth. Now, when I heard this story, like, it also go back to parenting. You have to teach your children to be a leader, and everybody that's around you, you don't need to be hanging around. You don't. Especially when they doing fuck shit. Especially when they're doing something that's harmful to someone else. Like, why are you doing that? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also in this system of things, when it happened, when black kids do that to someone else, whether it's a black young girl or a guy or whatever, just because you black, whatever. And now I am not justifying what the fuck they did. I am not. They're definitely gonna charge you as a motherfucking adult. But yeah, you look at Caucasians who do the shit like that, them motherfuckers get like a little tap on the hand. See, this also goes back to like being a parent. And y'all think that I don't now mind we know when our children get outside of us that they're, they can take on a whole different type of character. But it's so imperative that you teach them to be wise, to think for themselves. If something isn't right, you know it's not right because you feel it in your motherfucking gut. To let that shit go. To also teach them how to interact with the opposite sex. If there's a girl, you do not force yourself on her. If she says no, I don't give a fuck. You about to stick your dick in. That means no. You have to have these type of conversations at these very tender age, at a very young age. Teach boys how to interact with young girls. Like, it's just, and this happened in Florida. And, Florida on a different type of time. They throwing out black history books. They throwing, putting kids in like in adult situations. Although they did some fucked up shit, whatever. Like, it's not gonna be a good thing for them. It's not. The one father said the one young boy, which I believe, the young boy who supposedly put the rocks in the mouth, I think that he was just visiting or whatnot, but he put the rocks in the little girl's mouth. And he was like, no, he's not the type of person. That's why you have to teach your children to be a leader. If you can't be a leader of the massive, you have to be a leader of your motherfucking self. You feel it in here when something ain't right. And you also have to teach your children how to engage with the opposite sex. You just don't force yourself on something. You know what I'm saying? We have to also talk about when a young guy is coming into himself, and like, his dick getting hard and whatnot. Like, you just because your dick getting hard don't mean that you get to like, I see somebody now, I want to like take this out on her. Like, no, that's not how that shit go. We have to talk about masturbation. We have to talk about uh uh safety of the next person, respect the other person. All this shit has to take place at home. I know a lot of people like to refer to like school and all that other shit. School don't be teaching you that. And how you gonna rely on that? You the first motherfucking teacher. Just like I said, a lot of motherfucking parents should not be should not be parents. Just because you ever to fucking suck does not mean that you should be a parent. You know you ain't mentally well. You know you're not financially well. You know you're not ready to be a parent. You don't even, who knows the fuck going on in your life, but you just know. See, all this shit starts like at home. And we got to start having these teachings at home. Especially if you know you have a child that you know that they not right. Stop playing. You know they not right. Having a child is like the first thing that should be on should be on the agenda. I feel really sad for the young girl, because she has to deal with this trauma, and I pray that she overcomes it, that she becomes like strong within herself, within her femininity, within her sexuality, that and her confidence like level is high. I pray for these young men, because it's not going to be a good turnout for them, because they are charging them as an adults. They 12 to 15 going into an adult. And you know what? From what I understand, what they do to people who do things like that, like they have like justice, but then they say they keep them apart from it. But you know, like, man, listen. You have to teach your children. I know some of them don't want to listen, and I guess you have to learn the hard way. This is so disheartening. I pray for the young girl, and I pray for her family. I pray for these young dudes. Like, cause you young, your brain isn't developed. Not only you, your parents should be charged for this shit. In a way, I guess. I don't know. I'm glad I ain't in that seat. That shit fucked up. Like, it's a horrible, horrible situation. A horrible situation. God bless them. The point of this motherfucking video is for you to talk to your children. You have to have real conversations with them. Real conversations on how to interact with a young girl, the thing that you should not do. Because there's consequences. And as a black person, they're going to put you in a serious situation. And although if you did that, like, parenting is important. So have your conversations with your children. And us going forward, y'all know my name is Rill. I'm intimacy coach, seduction with the service called Seductive ArT. And I'm also an author. The title of my book is called QUICKIE. It's 7 Short Erotic Stories. Read while you fuck, fuck while you read. As well as I'm an author, not an author. Well, that too. I just did that. I'm also a designer. Name my brand is Real Nice by Rill. I'll be selling really, really soon. And y'all know how we lead this motherfucker. Be kind, be humble, be on time, be focused, be about your motherfucking money. Black people, be black and proud, be generous, be thoughtful, be supportive, be grateful, be kind, be spiritual, be all these great things. Because, you know, as a black person, we are all of these great things. You need to understand that you are these great things and stop trying to follow the other motherfuckers because they not on so much on the great thing. And in the midst of you doing all that, because we all know the highway to the most high. In the midst of you doing all that, don't you fold, don't you think twice, don't you peep over your shoulder. And that is, you always be you. Because God made you perfect just as you are. Until we meet again, y'all have a great night. Peace.